Vegan recipes with Pat and Emily.
Hello, today on It's Vegan, I'm going to show you how to make yummy cake. It is full of dates and nuts and it's saucy. It's like a pudding cake and I'm sure you'll love it. If you're looking for something really sweet, this is it, and it's quick and easy to make. First up, for the yummy cake, we are going to chop up the nuts. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to set them aside. The next thing that we are going to chop will be the dates. And when I measured these dates, I packed them down because once they're chopped, they'll take different space in the measurement. Now, I want to show you, if you are using dates that have pits in, open them up, discard the pit before you start chopping them. Also, look at the inside of the date. Every now and then you will find one that is black inside, and that is a mold that you don't want to eat. So we'll open these up. You can buy pre-chopped dates, but this is what I had. Some of the pre-chopped dates are coated in sugar, which I also didn't want to add more sugar, as dates have plenty of natural sugar. So far so good. Has part of the stem, I'm taking that off. So far all the dates look to be fine on the inside, and they are. I'm trying to keep them together so that I can chop them a little easier. Now I'm going to chop in the other direction. You'll see I haven't turned them. I'm just trying to keep them all stuck together. So I'm getting small date pieces. Those look great. Going to go off camera and wash my hands, and we'll continue. Let's continue the process. This is my flour. I'm going to be adding my dry ingredients. That's sugar. I have powdered vanilla and baking powder. I'm leaving out the salt. I think that this has enough flavor that it doesn't need that salt. So I'm adding the dry ingredients. Then the next thing I'm doing is I'm adding the nuts. I'm going to stir those and get those coated with flour. That technique's supposed to help your ingredients like nuts and dried fruit not fall to the bottom when you are baking. I want to try to get these dates coated, and I also want to separate them a little bit. I'm going to get in there with my hands. I really do want them separated. My hands work quicker than the spoon. That looks great. Just what I had in mind. Now I'm adding 1 flax egg and some plant-based milk. I'm going to mix this all together. It makes a pretty thick mixture, but we will be dropping it on hot sweetened liquid. The original recipe also calls for butter in this, but I'm leaving it out. It's really not a necessary ingredient in this case. You can see how thick that mixture is, and that is what we're looking for. So if you think maybe it's too thick, I assure you it's just right. Okay, we're going to move over to the stove and make the hot liquid and go from there. We're making the liquid that the batter will be cooking on. We'll start with some water, and then we're adding brown sugar and some butter. I do believe that the butter is important at this point. This is just going to come up to a boil. As you can see, the liquid's come to a full boil, and I'm going to be pouring it into a 9x13 pan. The liquid is in that 9x13 pan, and I'm going to take spoonfuls of this and put on top of that hot liquid. Next, this gets baked for about a half an hour. I've plated a piece of the yummy cake, and it is yummy. You can see there's some sauce on there. I've got some almond whip here. When you're tasting it, you will taste the nuts that are in there and the dates. It's a great dessert to serve steaming hot. Think you're going to like it. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next week.